Good evening and welcome to another episode of the Holt End Talks. I am your host, Scott Acton, and I'm joined today by Jamie and Aaron. How are we?
I'm good, mate. Are you?
Very good. Jamie, all right?
Yeah, I'm all good, man. All good.
All in a good mood. Brilliant 1-0 away win against Brentford today for Villa. Initial thoughts on the game, lads? Aaron, I'll come to you first.
Yeah, not our best performance, but a nitty-gritty performance. I thought didn't we didn't look threatened. Brentford really didn't threaten us, but I thought we were in control. Obviously, Brentford second half pushed on a bit more, but no, a good performance all round, nitty-gritty, and performance I think we actually needed.
Yeah, Jamie?
First off, I was pleased. I thought we limited them to nothing really, bar that little McGinn hiccup in our box. I thought we had a decent amount of the ball, used it well, created chances. And then I think the only reason the second half went the way it went is obviously because we got the goal. If we didn't get the goal, I think it would have very much been like the first half.
Yeah. Goals change games, eh?
Yep.
Yeah. At that first few minutes, I was watching it with Dad, and that ticker was going, and we were dicking about a bit a few times at the back, you know. But let's start with team news. Obviously the big one, Martinez not in, Olsen playing. I mean, our Villa group chat wasn't best pleased with that. He done all right though, didn't he?
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I thought he done well. I thought he was very good claiming things into the box. I thought there was a few times where like he had a little mix up. I think one was with Watkins, but then I noticed on a few seconds after everyone kind of had a go at Watkins, so I'm assuming that Olsen had called for that, and Ollie obviously was just in the way. But yeah, no, I thought he was very dominant and played out the back very well. Looked very composed. And yeah, I feel like overall just a very, very composed performance from Olsen.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean the whole back line, to be fair, had a good game. The only other touch on the team news, obviously Asensio, apparently had a knock, whether that was related to obviously the game Tuesday as well. Proved obviously that we didn't need him. The rest of the team, though, as you expected, has he?
I put in the group, didn't I? I was surprised that we had two right backs on the bench, and he started Disassi, but he more he more than made up for being selected a right back, didn't he? Probably the best game he's had in Villa shirt and man of the match today, defensively and solid, and even going forward, he's got some quick feet going forward as well, hasn't
Yeah, he thought it was Ronaldo in the corner, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's not really got the headlines in January, is he? And I know he was signed late. Asensio and Rashford get all the headlines. He's actually been really good since he signed. I know he's played the last two at right back, but he's really good tonight. Kevin
Yeah,
he? Yeah, he was.
Carter's a difficult player. I know he's not the best winger in the world, but he kept him at bay for most of it. Looks nice and composed on the ball, strong, good in the air, helps defensively from corners and stuff like that. You're not only relying on Tide to go and win every header. Man of the match by well deserved, not by a country mile.
I
Man,
feel like
Yeah, well deserved.
I feel like it was. I wasn't sure at the start when he was up against Kevin Shardo because I feel like I think it was last year he clocks the fastest time in the Prem, like sprint. So he's absolutely rapid. So I thought that would be a main outlet for them, which they tried a few times. But Disassi obviously he's got a very big frame. He was blocking everything, sliding in the way, and yeah, like I think we spoke before coming on here that I love the fact that he was giving it some every single time, and it's just you used to see that back in the day, but now it's kind of faded out. But I love it. I absolutely love it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, not that we're overly bothered, but the two penalty claims that they had, what you saying? Penalties or no penalties? Seeing as they're both involved as that's
The first one that he slipped, if that's on us, I'm calling for it. I know he does slip, but at the end of the day, he does make contact. But I think it's one of them. If the ref gives it, it doesn't. His decision doesn't change. So I think I don't say we got away with one there, but and then the second one, he's just stronger than Shard, isn't he?
Yeah, Jay, what do you think?
Yeah, again, the second one I never thought he would have given it. The first one, at first, I thought, oh, I'm not sure. But then obviously we noticed the way that it goes with VAR and checking penalties and red cards. They often play it safe and just stick to what the referee does, unless obviously it's blatant.
Referee's cool now,
Yeah, like it's good and it's bad. Like it gives obviously the ref the power to choose what's what, makes him run the game easier. But from a fan's perspective, it's like if he blows that, like from his point of view, if he thinks that's a foul and he blows that for a penalty, either one, then VAR will look at it and be like, oh yeah, sound, crack on. And that's where I get a bit pissed off with it because it's like, if he's blown for a penalty, but obviously today it wasn't given, so surely it isn't. So if he had blown for it, then tell him that. Do you know what I mean? But they wouldn't have. They would have given it still, which is
yeah. I thought as a whole back four we defended really well. I think we nullified in Bramo and Wissa quite well. They wouldn't really have many chances, them two. And them two, obviously, Brentford's main goal threat, aren't they? So I thought we defended, all four of them defended pretty well.
Yeah, yeah. To be fair, that didn't really open us up at all, did they? No, they hit the post in the second half, but really, and we had a couple of like scrambles, a good few blocks and stuff, but we never really were cut open, were we?
yeah. There weren't a point in the game where I like, unless I'm missing something, where Olsen had to make like a lunging save out, out towards out towards either side or anything like that.
No, he had that
But
one in the second half, didn't he, to the right, and it was camera save. I don't know if it was Sharder or Lewis Potter. I can't remember. Someone came from the left. But I think he was always comfortable with it.
yeah, that's what I said. Like, I mean, the 1v1s as well. I think Whistle was the only one, but again, that was well offside in the first half. Yeah, in the first half. So, yeah, like as he said, touching on what he said, is the whole back five, including Olsen, was just very composed today. I thought Luca Dean done very well to shut off Mbeumo, and like you said, you shut off Mbeumo and Wissa. That's their supply line and their end product, and their end product's all gone. So,
I thought we went long a bit more today as well, didn't we? I don't think we. Normally you see Martinez keeping hold of the ball, don't we, for quite a long time. We didn't really see that today, did we? Olsen was going long more than what Emmy normally does.
Yeah, I think you've obviously got a way
Yeah.
of playing, but Martinez is really good at holding the ball and picking the pass at the right time. If you haven't got Martinez, you've got to change it slightly. And I know Olsen does try and play out from the back still, but you've got to know your limitations as well. So I'll give him, kudos for that because imagine he played. He's not. Everyone knows he's not as good as Martinez at playing out from the back or holding onto the ball or pick. Start the build up. So if we have got to change it slightly when Olsen plays, then so be it. I'd rather that than Olsen getting caught playing stupid passes into midfield or whatnot. But obviously it worked all right.
I think that's the sign of a good manager. Obviously, we all know how good Emery is, but you play with what you've got. Do you know what I mean? And like you have, I don't want to touch on it too much, but Amorim at United at the minute, there's a lot of talk about how he's setting up and how he's playing. And he's like, well, this is how I want to play. This is how we're going to do it. I haven't got the players to do it, but I'm still going to play this way with this philosophy, this style, this formation to show, obviously, the higher ups that I need investment. Whereas, that could be looked at as being brave or however, but if you flip it and turn it on our situation, we haven't got Martinez in there, and Emery could again gone like, well, we're going to still play the same way. Whereas, like I says today, we've been a little bit more direct, hitting Ollie a bit more, which I think is for me is that's what I prefer playing with what you've got. If you have Matson instead of Luca Dean, Matson bombs on a lot more, and then you adjust to that. But yeah, no, I thought it was spot on today with Olsen.
Yeah. Obviously not. action in the first half. We'll get into the goal early in the second half. Edge of our box, Rogers releases JJ, good ball up the side, Ollie. When he was cutting in, I was saying to Dad, shoot, and you take another touch. Anyway, gets a shot away and gets his reward for it. I mean, the goalkeeper should probably do better. No, but
Deflection takes it away, doesn't it?
it did, yeah. But if that was your goalkeeper, you'd want to save it. But never understand why we don't shoot more in that position.
I feel
Yeah,
like
well,
it. Go on, Ez.
it's funny you were saying shoot. I thought Cash was totally unmarked on the other side. And I was thinking you got to make that pass earlier to Cash before he even took that touch.
Oh,
But he hit it with some venom, didn't he? So I think the pace of it and the deflection is just wrong footed. The keeper and going straight through his legs.
yeah. I mean, it's just another goal where when we move it quickly, we can get.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Rogers picks it up, releases JJ early down the left. It's two passes and you're in a goal. We obviously we don't. I know we pick our moments to do it, but we're such a good team when we move the ball quickly.
Yeah, I think like we have so much, especially with the additions from in January, we have so much pace on counters now. We've got to be doing it more often. Like he says, like I feel like when you have Bailey, he holds onto the ball a bit more. He ain't that quick. But if you got like I saw today, you got Rogers, Ramsey, and Watkins, and then Marlon's electric, Rashford. You have so much pace in the team and getting it and moving it quick. Like obviously Asensio as well. That's how you hurt teams because if we dilly dallied on the ball a little bit more, or Rogers instead of playing the pass into Ramsey, try dribbling himself, they get more men behind the ball, and Ollie don't get the opportunity to get that strike off because he has hit it with some power, and obviously the deflection puts the goal off. But if he doesn't hit that shot with power, then the deflection is very minimal because obviously it would end up p-rolling into Flecken or however. It needs to be struck with power, and obviously that's what it was, and obviously deflection took into the back of the net.
Yeah. Then obviously quickly after we get a second. Again, moving the ball quickly. JJ, Rogers, and Ollie involved again. And similar to the Palace game, although the lines didn't make it look as close to that, I can't work from the initial replay. I couldn't work out that the lines were so far apart. And I know, as you've said about them not drawing the lines at the right time, I haven't seen this
yeah.
back since then. But so I don't know if you see Watkins' interview after saying about you got to surely lean on the side of the attacker. I just think when semi-automated comes in, it would be a lot more clearer. But the lines just didn't make any sense to me. It's like the gap looked massive. It weren't that much of a.
No, but they drew the line on the other defender. Obviously, there was two defenders right there, weren't there? And I reckon the line should have been drawn on their other defender because he looked closer to Watkins.
Pinnock was definitely the deeper one.
Yeah, but the line was drawn on the other defender, wasn't it?
I mean, like I said, I've not watched it back since. I was just going when it happened in real time.
Yeah. You think there was a gap, wasn't there, between
Yeah,
obviously when the offside was given, there was a gap between Watkins and obviously the line. But yeah, I thought the defender's knee was closer to their goal than Watkins' foot. But you got to give them sort of goals. He's not gaining any advantage being a couple of centimetre offside. But
yeah,
you get some, you lose some, don't you? At the end of the day.
yeah. I mean, it's not proved to obviously be costly, but that's a really well worked goal, wasn't it, Joe?
Yeah, no, it was very well worked. I mean, I feel like we've been unlucky this year with not just decisions going against us, but even games where we played well and haven't got the result. And it's nice to have two games where a bit of luck's gone in our favour in terms of Bruges. Started well, ended the game well as well. But for the large portion of it, we had to ride it. They missed a lot of chances, and then we end up winning. And then today, obviously scoring, holding on, defending well, and then obviously having the goal disallowed. Going back to that Bruges game, that's happened to us far too often, where we do get turned over, or we'll be in. We were on the other end of that, and it's the same today with the decisions is that we've been on far too many of those poor decisions that end up costing us. And today's, like I says, thankfully we've come away with 3 points because it hasn't happened enough this season. We've been shafted for some awful decisions. So yeah, it's good to come away with 3 points instead of the point or losing the game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we spoke about the game obviously in the week briefly. We said it felt like a much needed 3 points. So I mean, in the grand scheme of things, seeing as that's our only game this month in the Premier League, big 3 points on it as.
Yeah, moves us up to seventh, aren't we? So it keeps us in the hunt. Obviously, Brighton got the win today late on, didn't they, against Fulham? That could have been a draw, would have been better for us.
Yeah,
Obviously, Forest beating Man City keeps City closer to us. But yeah, look at the games we got left. Most of them are teams that are around us. So it's all to play for, really, isn't it?
yeah, we got some obviously difficult games coming up, but if you're winning them and you're stopping other teams from taking points and giving yourself maximum points, that's what we need to be doing. Jay, just a good day really, clean sheet, 3 points, and we just churn it out. A game like last season, that's the game. Last season we would have won, and maybe this season is the difference to last, where we would have this season in games gone by drawn that game or lost it or along them lines. Just I thought it was a game like last year where we just ground it out. At times we had a back five, a back six today, and it's just about getting the result.
Yeah, the result today was perfect with the sense of changing the way we play slightly and like I said, going back to like a back five, back six at times. Because I don't like it's. I think everyone thinks the game nowadays should be very high pressing and on the ball, passing like the old tiki taka style. But there's nothing wrong with sitting in and going long. You manage the game, and I think that's what we've done like so well today. Probably the best I've seen this season, where we said a few times. I mentioned it before we came on here that on throw-ins we're taking that a little bit longer. On goal kicks we're taking that a little bit longer. We're drawing the fouls when we got the fouls again, taking our time to get up. I think Conser went down for a minute and then came back up. He was absolutely fine, but it's just game management, and it was just nice that we could grind out a win because the good teams need to do that. You look at off the top of my head in the Gerrard era when Smithy era when we had City at home and we I think we lost 2-1. We're a much better team, and that they just they had an off day, but they managed the game well. And we scored, and straight after we scored, they started taking that a little bit longer on the throw-ins, a little bit longer on the goal kicks. They're going down with their injuries, and then again they get back up and be fine. But it's about managing the game. That's what the good teams do. You can sit in. There's nothing wrong with sitting in for 5-10, which is what we've done today.
Yeah, just finding different ways to win football matches, and you can't win the same way each week. I mean, I think that's a really good result. It keeps us in the mix. Obviously, teams do have a game in hand, or some have two games in hand on us, but they've got to win the games.
It'll be
You know,
nice next week that because obviously it's next week where teams get that game in hand back. It'll be nice, obviously, that we'd have after the Bruges game. Obviously, we won't have a game that weekend, so we get even an extended break with the internationals as well. But it'd be nice that because I think all the Villa fans have been saying, "Well, we're here," but like you just said, other teams have got games in hand. It'd be nice to be on level with everyone, if that makes sense, because then you truly know what the crack is. Because all the teams win,
yeah,
then obviously we're back to ninth or however it may be. So it'll be nice to see what happens with this game in hand, and then properly go from there.
yeah. I mean,
Nice to have a few players back as well now, isn't it? Obviously, Boover came on again today. He's been a big miss for us, and obviously got Bruges to come, and then we get a little bit of a break. So hopefully, a few more of them injuries. Get the players back and focus on the last end of the season.
yeah. I mean, I think what how many we play? 29 now. 9 games to go for us. Some teams are sat on 27 or 28 games, but I said in a week, proper business end of the season now. So if we can put a little run together of going unbeaten for 5, 6 games, or winning 3 or 4 in a row, it definitely gives us a good chance staying in the top 7, and just going from there. But all in all, good day. Man of the match, everyone. We got Disassi.
Yeah, gotta be Axel Disassi. Fucking. I mean, I said again before you came on here. I said, when that full-time whistle blew, I literally stood up and started applauding my TV at Disassi. Like, honestly, it was unbelievable.
I mean, they say, didn't they, never fall in love with a lone player. We were loving Asensio the minute he done that little flick in the Spurs game. We just love Rashford, like a world-class player that we would never really see at Villa. And now all of a sudden everyone's loving Disassi, like sign him up.
Yeah, I know. It'll be interesting to see what happens in the summer. Again, I don't know how it works. Obviously, we've got the young lad from Turkey coming in. I know he plays predominantly on the left, but I don't know what will happen because at the end of the day, we need someone to cover behind Esri and then also be the option at playing right back like he did tonight. So whether it be going in for a permanent for Disassi, I don't know how much that'll cost, or yeah, we got youth players in there. We got the young Colombian Mosquera. Don't know. I know he's training with the first team. I don't know if they're going to look at him maybe or get someone else in. I don't know, but as it stands right now, if Chelsea said 35 million for Disassi, I wouldn't say no.
No, I've got to say, I'd be in a similar boat on it. Standing into the bloody French cafe.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he done work since he's come in, but like I said before we wrap up, just a solid away win. Can't really ask for more than that in the Premier League. Clean sheet when you haven't got your first choice goalkeeper. Striker bags one. Everyone puts a good shift in, and we just go about our business and walk away with 3 points. Happy days.
Happy days.
Can all watch match of the day tonight, and everyone has a great weekend.
We'll probably be on last.
We'll probably be on last, but
Yeah,
it don't matter. We're all smiling. Everyone can have a good weekend. We're all in a good mood.
yeah,
Girlfriends and wives are all happy. So, we're happy. They're happy.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Just a good day all round. Do you want to touch on anything else before we wrap it up?
All good with me.
I think, I think that's everything.
Yeah. Good day at the office. Well done, Unai. Well done, Ollie. Well done, Axel. Up the Villa as always.
Up the Villa boys.
Up the Villa.
Everyone, thanks for watching. Said before, give us a like, subscribe. Any feedback is more than welcome. We will be back Monday for a preview of the Bruges game. Whether that's all 3 of us or 2 of us, we will do a quick one. Thanks for all the support, and up the Villa boys.
Up the Villa, cheers guys.
Up the Villa.
Cheers.